So, with MLP Season 6 now up and running, there's been this thing that's been floating around of something that I decided to talk about because it sounded fun, and for all intents and purposes it could be wrong. I mean, I've been wrong before, so why not? So basically, at the end of the premiere of Season 6, we saw this little thing flying towards the castle, and a lot of people have identified it as a changeling. Now, for all we know, it could be an animation error, maybe it's a bird they were having, but you gotta think, on the other hand, there were Easter eggs of Sunset Shimmer throughout Season 5 after her downfall at the beginning of the season, and which led up to, it culminated into the appearance of her in the end, of course, what happened at the end of Season 5. So, it's all intents and purpose. So, could it be the return of the Changelings at the end of Season 6? Is this going to be an overarching thing? Now, Chrysalis and the Changelings are probably the last of the unredeemed villains. No, really, I think they are. Because Sombra in the comics got redeemed. Why did I say Sunset Shimmer? I meant Starlight Glimmer. You see? I'm confused with the names. God damn it. Starlight Glimmer got redeemed. Trixie got redeemed. Everybody's getting redeemed. So Chrysalis is pretty much the only game in town, really, when you think about it. Chrysalis and her horde are that. And if you've read the origin comic for her in Fiendship is Magic, she's inherently evil. She was born like that. She just is, and I kind of dig that, when sometimes a villain can just be a villain and no tragic backstory. I'm just like, yeah, I can roll with this. So, anyway, with this, with the possibility of Chrysalis, this is all hypothetical talk as well. Keep that in mind, that this is all just a lot of hypothetical mumbo-jumbo. But let's think about this for a second. The Changelings are coming back, and Chrysalis coming back. Now, at its core, if you know your mythology, Changelings, at their core, are baby stealers. They more or less take a child and replace it with one of their own and disguise it as as the member of the child they're taking, kind of like a cuckoo bird. Yeah, think a cuckoo bird. And the family raises them while they have the real child, which they keep to either devour or enslave, depending on your mythos. So, with Flurry Heart being a little alicorn that she is, you'd have to imagine that someone would be like, alicorn baby? Huh. I got a plan. So, if we go by by ancient changeling status, just imagine this, if you will, that Chrysalis gets a changeling to steal Flurry Heart and use a changeling to replace her. Mimic her, and throughout the entire season, that could be a thing, is that we think we have Flurry Heart, but instead it's a changeling, and the real Flurry Heart is being, raised by, Chrysalis. Because when you think about it, Chrysalis would be that low. I mean, remember at the end of Season 2, Shining Armor and Cadence defeated her. Not the main six, but I'm pretty sure she'd have it out for him as well. But yeah, I think her revenge would be so wicked if she stole the embodiment of their love and fed off its love for its parents. That is just cold-blooded evil right there. I think that, if the writers writers were that ballsy, they would do something like that, like from the get-go, after we saw Flurry Heart in the beginning of the beginning of season 6, and we follow, and every time we see Flurry Heart, like little ticks here and there, is like, that's not what a baby would do. Then again, it's an alicorn baby, but who knows? So, yeah, that's kind of a thing that I think would be a cool angle to play with, is the return of Queen Chrysalis, and have her quintessentially steal Flurry Heart and replace her, because again, that's what a core of the changelings are. They steal children and replace them with changelings. So, yeah, that's kind of that. And also, again, like I said, Chrysalis would probably do something that cold-blooded to get back at Cadence and Shining Armor, just for beating her. She wouldn't eat the child or enslave it. Well, she probably wouldn't enslave it. Alicorn baby, you'd probably want that in your corner pocket to grow up and teach it to hate the things you hate. So that's kind of the thing, is that you got this cold-blooded evil monster to quintessentially just wreck wreck the family. I think that would be that would be a really sad ending too. Like, we find out this whole time Flurry Heart was a changeling, Chrysalis has her, and like for added junk, for added emotional feels, Chrysalis destroys the Crystal Heart. The Crystal Empire is quintessentially destroyed by the frost. The Crystal Ponies are left without a home, and Chrysalis quintessentially wins. Wouldn't that be I'd like to see a season of MLP take the balls to do something a little more less lighthearted, to make you go, oh, what's gonna happen now? I don't know. So that's kind of my thing right now. That's what I kind of think. But yeah, it could all just be an animation error, and it could amount to nothing. More or less, it could easily amount to nothing. Again, remember Sombra's horn? We saw it fly off, and it didn't amount to anything unless you read the comics. Yeah, unless you read the comics, then it really amounts to nothing in the animated show. But Chrysalis, I think, has a little more leeway. I think she gets a little more leeway because right now in the comics, she ran off after the events of the Siege of the Crystal Empire, and she's still technically out there. She's not redeemed either, so, like I said, she's the last villain game in town. If you don't count her and Tyrek. Tyrek's not really changed either. He's just locked up. So, but really the only real villainy out there that's neither redeemed, destroyed, or captured is Chrysalis. That's about it, really. But, yeah. So you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the possibility of the Changelings returning? And the possibility of them more or less stealing Flurry Heart? Do you guys like the idea of the Changelings returning? Or do you guys not want to see them return? Or do you think that was just an animation error? Or whatever. Really curious to see what you guys have to say about this. But once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.